Welcome everyone. Today we shall continue with our physics lesson, that is measurement and effects of heat. So we have already completed 3 parts of this lesson and this is part 4 video of this lesson. So let's begin with the video. So student, in this video we shall learn about effects of heat. So let's see one by one. So first, effects of heat. So student, there are 2 effects of heat on matter. First is expansion and contraction, and second effect of heat is change of state. So student, change of state. So if we take an example of ice, which is there in solid state. So when on heating ice, its state will be changed. That means solid to it will convert into liquid, and if we heat liquid, then it will convert into the gas or vapor. So this is how the change of state takes place of matter on heating. So first we are going to learn about expansion. So let's see what it is. When heat is given to any substance, its temperature increases and it expands, and its expansion depends on the increase in its temperature. So student, you can see in the picture that while on heating the liquid or any substance, liquid, what happen, its temperature will increases and its level or its volume also increases. That means it is expansion. So this is the expansion of liquid. And solids, liquids and gases all expand on receiving heat. That means when we heat any substance, it will expand or its volume will increases. So first we shall learn about the expansion of solid. So in expansion of solid, we are going to learn the 3 types, that is linear expansion in rod, aerial expansion in thin sheet, and volumetric expansion, that is in solid cube. So let's have a look on them. So expansion of solid. So in expansion of solid, first is linear expansion. So the linear expansion of a solid is the increase in length of a wire or a rod of a solid due to increase in its temperature. That means when we heat the rod of a solid material, so what happened on heating, its length will increases, and this is linear expansion of solid. So when we increase the temperature of a rod of length L1 and L1, so what happened, you can see in the picture, when we increase the temperature of a rod of length L1 from T1, temperature T1 to T2, that means when temperature increases, what happened, its length becomes L2. Okay, L1 to L2 on heating. So the change in length is proportional to the original length and the increase in temperature, that is delta T, and delta T is nothing but T2 minus T1. This is temperature difference, and the change in length is proportional to the original length and the increase in temperature. So we can write the change in length as follows. So change in length is directly proportional to its original length multiplied by change in temperature. So in numerical mathematical form, we can write it as L2 minus L1, that is change in length, and which is directly proportional to original length. And what is our original length? It is L1, and multiplied by change in temperature, that is delta T. So L2 minus L1 is equals to lambda multiplied by L1 multiplied by delta T, and L2 is nothing but equal to L1. So if we take L1 as a common, we can get in bracket 1 plus lambda delta T. So this is our final equation, and here lambda is the constant of proportionality and it is called the coefficient of linear expansion of solid substance. So this is the linear expansion of solid substance, and this is the equation of this. Now next is, if we take two rods of different substance, both having the same length, and increase the temperature by the same amount, the rod of the substance having higher expansion coefficient will expand more, and thus the increase in its length will be larger. An equation can be written like this, that is lambda. And what is lambda? This is a coefficient of linear expansion. So lambda will be equal to L2 minus L1 divided by L1 multiplied by delta T. And thus the expansion coefficient, that is lambda, is the change in length of a rod of unit length when its temperature is increased by 1 degree. And the unit of expansion coefficient is the inverse of the unit of temperature, that is 1 divided by 1 per degree Celsius. So now we are going to learn the areal expansion of solid in a thin sheet. So similar to a linear expansion, the area of a sheet, that is thin sheet of a solid material, also increases on heating. This is called the areal expansion of solid. It means when we heat the solid material, solid sheet, what happens? Its area will increase. So this is the areal expansion of solid, and this is given by the following formula. So it is areal expansion, so that's why this formula can be written as A2 is equals to A1 multiplied into bracket 1 plus sigma delta T. So this is the formula of areal expansion of solid, and here delta T is the change in temperature, and A1 and A2 are the initial and final areas of a sheet. So A1 is a initial area of a sheet, and A2 is the final area of a sheet, and sigma is the coefficient of areal expansion of the solid. So in case of a linear expansion, we have lambda. So this was there, that was the coefficient of linear expansion, and sigma is the coefficient of areal expansion. Next is a volumetric expansion of solid. So this is the third type of expansion of solid in a solid cube. So similar to a sheet, a three-dimensional piece of a solid expands on all sides when heated, and its volume will increase. So volumetric means its volume will be increases on heating, and this is called the volumetric expansion of a solid, and this is given by the following formula, that is V2. It is volumetric, so V2 will be equal to V1 into bracket 1 plus beta delta T. Here delta T is the change in temperature, and V1 and V2 are the initial and final volumes of the solid, and beta is the volumetric expansion coefficient of the solid. So these three coefficient you have to remember, that is lambda for the linear coefficient of linear expansion, and sigma means coefficient of areal expansion, and beta is the coefficient of volumetric expansion. Do you know, students, here have you seen rails? They are not continuous. A small gap is kept between them at regular intervals, and this is shown in the diagram. You can see in the diagram, and this is kept to accommodate the change in length of the rails with change in temperature. And if this gap is not kept, then if this gap is not kept, what happened? Then the rail will get distorted due to expansion in summer, which may lead to accident. So in summer temperature is more, so that's why to reduce the expansion or to stop the expansion, the gap is kept between the railway tracks. And similar to rails, the length of bridges can also increases due to expansion in summer, and the length of the 18 kilometer long Great Belt Bridge in Denmark increases by 4.7 meter in summer, and therefore provision is made in the construction of the bridges to accommodate. So next is the expansion in liquids. Let's see. So expansion of liquid. A liquid does not have a definite shape but it has a definite volume. So we can define a volumetric expansion coefficient for a liquid as by this formula. So the formula is V2 is equals to V1 into 1 plus beta delta T, and here delta T is the change in temperature and V1 is the initial volume and V2 is the final volume of the liquid, and beta is the volumetric expansion coefficient of the liquid. Now anomalous expansion of water. So water does not expand continuously with temperature rise, and from 0 degrees Celsius to 4 degrees Celsius, what happened? Water tends to contract, or rather the volume decreases. That means instead of expanding, it will contracting between 0 to 4 degrees Celsius, and its volume will be decreases and until it reaches 4 degrees Celsius. So from 4 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius, it expands normally as most liquids. So the behavior of water from 0 degrees Celsius to 4 degrees Celsius, it is what it is called as an anomalous or abnormal behavior of water, and it is different from other liquid. It's only there for water. Next we have is expansion of gases. So student, a gas does not even have a fixed volume and gas expands on heating, but if the gas is kept in a closed box, you can see in the picture that if the gas is closed, if the gas is kept in a closed container, its volume cannot increases but its pressure increases. Okay, and this you can see the picture also. And the expansion of a gas is measured by keeping its pressure constant, and this volumetric expansion coefficient is called the constant pressure expansion coefficient, and it is given by this formula, and the formula is V2 is equals to V1 into 1 plus beta delta T. So this is the equation for the expansion of gases, and here the delta T is the change in temperature and V1 and V2 are the initial and final volume of the gases of the gas at constant pressure. So the pressure is constant, and beta is the constant pressure expansion coefficient of the gas. So student, this was all about this chapter, and I hope you all have understood about this expansion concept. And so here we have finished the chapter, and next chapter we will continue in our next session. Thank you.